has to take maximum 20, let's say, including the.
इसमें मेरे बेटे क्या करना है?
A very warm welcome to one and all. We are starting with the technical session of our second phase of international conference. Over to you, sir.
Yes. Okay, so very good afternoon. In the afternoon session, technical session, the topic of my lecture is what we need for sustainable development. पूरा नहीं आ रहा है. So you see that there are several group of the organisms which are present on this earth. You will find large number of the groups, and these large number of the groups are constituting this earth. And if you see, then you will find that 8.3 million eukaryotic species they exist on earth. And this is the latest data. In many of the things, many of the texts, you will find that it was earlier decided at 3 to 100 million or something like that. But it is 8.3 million species which are identified using the modern techniques of the geomics and the proteomics. And the latest biodiversity data, it also tells that 86% of the land species and 91% of the marine species are still unknown. You will find that this solar energy, it is the only one energy which is giving you the entire universe energy. Whatever the form of the energy you get, directly or indirectly, it is all coming from the solar. Through the various cycles, through the various organisms, and through the various systems. The biodiversity what we have, it has been lost, or it is being lost, and only because of the man interference. And the climate change is the one of the most important factor which is causing the biodiversity loss. And because of the biodiversity loss, the entire nature is being disturbed. And that is why this is the some problem which I have discussed. Now I will come into the solutions. You will find that so many number of the species, they have been lost over the years. And you will find here that the maximum extinction of the number of species are from the amphibia, mammals, birds, reptiles, and fishes. Dr. Chakravarti, the fishes, they are also being extinct. But I'm happy to tell that ocean environment is still most preserved in comparison to the terrestrial environment. But during the last 20 years, the ocean environment is being degraded very fast. And that is because of the e-waste disposal problem. We are dumping everything in the ocean, and that is causing the extinction of the microflora and macroflora of the oceans, which is very dangerous, because you know that the maximum amount of the oxygen and the carbon, it is coming from the oceans. This is one of the graphs which I am showing you, that as the human population is increasing, the number of species extinction is increasing. It means that directly human activities are responsible for the extinction of the species in the biodiversity. क्या हुआ? बुलाना इसको आपने. This, due to human activities, the extinction of the species is one of the most important aspects, and that need to be addressed. And human activities, for example, our comfortable life, as our comforts of life are increasing, the biodiversity is decreasing, and it is causing a disturbance in the climate change. It is causing a disturbance in several things. And today in the morning, I was discussing with all my friends, and now we say that human has made the earth, or has converted the earth into a gas chamber. You can just think that the entire earth, it has been converted into a gas chamber, and we are sitting and living in the gas chamber. And this is to be dealt, and this is to be tackled. The biological communities, many people of my age, they will realize that over the 50 years, many of the desi species, which were highly nutritious, which were highly qualitative, they have been lost. And due to the loss of these biological species, the great problems it has arisen in the universe. And these are some of the conditions which I have enumerated for the fast degradation of the biological species, consequence of the fast biological evolution. At the same time, that some of the people, they may say that, okay, the environment is changing, climate is changing, but at the same time, it is also leading to the evolution of the species. But the evolution of the new species is not directly proportional to the loss of the species. And that is why the loss of the species, loss of the biodiversity is greater than the generation of the new species. And this is creating a problem, because you know that all species are having the different role in the environment. And due to the loss of the certain selected species, the environment is degrading. I will come on the next part. As the biodiversity loses, the more infectious disease come. And the best example, you have already seen the corona. It has been confirmed that the rise of the corona, it is only because of the loss of the biodiversity. 8.7 million viruses are still unknown, which we do not know. I was talking 8.3 million of the eukaryotic species. 8.7 million. Now, just recently, you might have seen that 5,000 species of the virus, they have been discovered only in one sample of the ocean. That is a vast variety of the microbes. Still, it is not known. 99% of the microbes, they are not known. And this is the problem, where the problem lies. Now, you will find that here I have defined that the ecosystem is changing. We need to address natural ecosystem. Species extinction risk is increasing, and this is 25% species extinction risk. Ecological communities, it is a 23% risk, and biomass and the species abundance, it is the 20% risk. And the nature and indigenous peoples and the local communities, they are 72%, they are being degraded due to the change of the climate and due to the environmental degradation. That we have calculated that on which type of the factor, how much percentage of the effect is there. Biodiversity, when it's reduced, then the zoonotic disease, they increase. And we know that the 70% of the disease in the human, they are coming from the animals. And these diseases are being transmitted from animals to the human only because of the loss of the biodiversity, loss of the species. In Nature, this paper has been published in 2019, that is the healthy biodiversity, healthy human. If the biodiversity is not healthy, then the human will not be healthy. Nature provides so many things to you. Complex ecosystem with wide variety of the plants, animals. Highly diverse ecosystem is a sign of the healthy life. And now I am coming this generation of soil. How the generation of soil is. Soil quality and soil fertility both are important. maintenance of air quality, purity, and availability, water quality, quantity, availability, and distribution, recycling of matter. This is the most important part where the ecologists or the environmentalists are not focusing. We are much talking about the biomass, we are much talking about the forestation, we are much talking about so many things, but we are forgetting that the recycling of the matter is being lost. I remember that when I was doing the research in 1975, then the soils of Meerut, they were so rich that we could identify more than 150 species of fungi from the one soil sample. And now, after 50 years, the same soils, when I am trying to isolate and I'm trying to see their diversity, hardly there are 20 to 25 species of fungi. So where these have gone? Due to the use of the pesticides, insecticides, and due to the use of the several chemicals in the soil. So we are not focusing on the health of the soil, which is very important. Now, these are some of the solutions which are required. And these solutions are necessary for the environment. You will find that awareness of biodiversity we should create. The awareness of stop of the steps to conserve the biodiversity. Biodiversity integrated into the poverty reduction. As you will increase the biodiversity, the poverty will also be reduced. This is related with the sustainable development goals. The biodiversity integrated into the reporting, human harmful subsidies eliminated and reformed. So several things, several steps, they are required for the conservation of the environment, conservation of the nature, and the conservation of the natural resources, and for the sustainable development. Now, this is microbial diversity. I'm coming on this. This is the one of the important aspect that in most of the people, in most of the seminars, you will find that they will talk of the eukaryotic diversity, plants, animals, but they are forgetting the microbial diversity. But if just you think, if the microbes are not there, what will happen? You will not get anything. Entire degradation, entire recycling, entire conversion, entire biodegradation, entire wastage conversion, everything is because of the microbes. And everybody is talking about the biodiversity, everybody is talking about the plants, everybody is talking about the animals, but 90% of the people, environmentalists, are forgetting the microbiology and the microbes. I will come on that very soon. Now you see that these are the, you will find that the hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide, high base, methane, low pH, carbon dioxide, everything, all these things are under the control of the microbes. Every environmental things. The entire environment, carbon cycle under the control of the microbes, nitrogen cycle under the control of the microbes. Without microbes, they cannot happen. Feed microbes a little carbon and then they can make you the nice things. They need very little carbon and they will produce the huge amounts. When your agricultural land will be finished, then you will have to depend upon the microbes, microbial food. And the microbial food will be able to give you the food in a very small, in this one room. If I grow the microbes, I can feed the entire Meerut, entire population of Meerut, 35 lakh people. I can feed by growing the microbes in this room and at a much lesser cost. So the microbial foods are going to be the food in 2050. This is the prediction. Nitrogen fixation, animals, carbon fixation, this is all so under the control of the microbes. And even in our body, many times we say that whatever expression we are giving, these all expressions are because of the genetic composition of the microbe. No. This is one of the most important things which I would like to tell. Professor Thapalial is sitting here, man of health science and the medical science. Many times we say that the entire genome, our genome is having only the 23,000 genes. And the microbes which are present in our body, in and on our body, the entire body, the total biomass of the microbes is 1 kilogram on our body and in our body. And they constitute more than 1 million genes. And these more than 1 million genes, they affect your physiology, your psychology, your thinking, your nutrition, your everything. If you see the gut microbiome, until now, the most of the people, they were of the opinion that the signal from brain, they go to the entire body. No. The signal from the gut go to the brain and then it controls. एक सही हमारा एक कहावत है, जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. This is true. Whatever you will eat, it will affect your gut microbiome, and whatever will be the gut microbiome, it will affect your thinking. We have been doing the research here in Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology. And we have found that those people who are happy, who are having the happy living lifestyle, or whose happiness is more, their gut microbiome is having the bifidobacterium population more. And the bifidobacterium is known to produce the butyric acid, and the butyric acid is responsible for giving the happiness. So, if you will be happy, your entire body will be happy. If your microbes are happy in the gut, you are happy. And how your microbes will be happy? You give them the good food, not only the good nutrition food, but the mental food. That will give you the good thing. So our more than 40-50% of our body activities, they are under the control of the microbes. And we are thinking that we are doing it. No, we are not doing it. The microbes which are present on and in our body, they are asking you to do. Power of microbes. You have already seen the corona. The weight of the one coronavirus is 80 attogram. And to kill the entire world population of the 8.7 billion, 50 gram is enough. So many of the people who say that the atom bomb, hydrogen bomb, the coronavirus is having the more power, or the microbes are having the more power. So don't underestimate the power of microbes. Microbes are God. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Brahma, originator of life. How the life has originated. You see the entire origin of the life, it is from the microbes. The first organism which developed, they came from the microbes. And then the entire evolution has gone. So they are the Brahma, Vishnu, sustainable of life. Entire sustainability, you will find that it is because of the microbes. So the microbes are Vishnu. Mahesh, destroyer. You have already seen corona. I need not to tell. So the third eye जैसी खुलेगी environment वाली, जैसे आप डिग्रेड कर रहे हो environment को, ये third eye जब भी भगवान जी की खुलेगी, तो कोरोना लाइक डिजीज आएगी. Durga, goddess of power. And now it is known that the mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. And you know that the mitochondria are transmitted from the woman mitochondria. So you can see that the goddess Durga is the powerhouse of the cell. Saraswati, the genes of the intelligence, they are also known to be located on the female chromosomes. So entire Srishti, aap dekhenge, entire Srishti, it is the God. Microbes are the God. Now this is the one of the most important slide where I would like to give 5 minutes. Here you see that I am not against the forestation. You see that the total biomass of the earth, it is 545.8 gigatons. And the plants constitute 82.4%. Now you see that the 82.4% biomass is the green biomass on the earth. How much biomass you want on this earth? Do you think that this is the problem of the green biomass? No. As a sectional president of environmental science of the Indian Science Congress, this is going to be my presidential address also in January 2023, where I would like to make a emphasis from that platform that, my dear, this is not the problem of the biomass, this is the problem of the degradation. This is the problem of the pollution. This is the problem of the e-waste. This is the problems of the disposal of the waste. And this is the problem of the microbial diversity which is being lost. Now you see that biomass is 82.4%. If you increase for 90%, 95%, then where the other species will go? You are creating the imbalance in the nature. Creating the imbalance in the nature. Now, out of this 82.4%, surprisingly, you will find that the bacteria, they constitute only 12.58%. And these bacteria are responsible for the entire recycling. And fungi, they constitute only 2.2%. Protists, they constitute only 0.7%. Viruses constitute only 0.04%. And you have seen the power of the 0.04%. 0.04% is the biomass of the viruses in this biosphere. The biomass of the animals on this earth in the biosphere, it is only 0.47. This is the part 0.47% which is degrading the environment. But at the same time, they are also giving something to the soil, something to the something. But the most surprising thing is that biomass of the human is only 0.01%. And the entire problem of the biosphere have been created by this 0.01%. 0.01% has created the entire problem, and we are destroying ourselves own. Now you think that if you will increase this biomass of the plants, what will happen? And to whom it will happen? Which will be reduced? What you are going to do? So you are creating the imbalance. I am not against the forestation. You do it, but don't disturb the microbial diversity. Don't kill bacteria. Don't kill fungi. Don't kill viruses. Don't use the chemicals. Don't use pesticides. Don't use such type of the technology which will kill these microbes. And if these microbes will be killed, you can see that insect pollinators, they have already reduced. And just you think that if there will be no insect, what will happen to this earth? There will be no pollination, and you will not find any seeds, any fruits. You just think that this year or now during the last 50 years, why this temperature is rising? This temperature is not rising because of the less biomass. This temperature is rising because of the less microbial diversity. The microbial diversity before 50 years, it was much more. It was not only this much. It was bacteria were constituting about 18 to 19%, fungi were constituting about 4%, and the archaea, they were constituting more, and these protists were constituting, and the male was constituting less. So this imbalance which we have created due to the main activity and the microbial diversity, that is creating a problem. You can just think that if there are no microbes, everything will be dumped here. Everything. And you cannot move. You cannot walk. You will not be able to get anything. You keep on raising the plants. You keep on raising the biomass, green biomass. But if the microbes are lost, everything will be lost. So, as a sectional president, what we are going to propose in 23, I am disclosing this on this platform. Last time I also disclosed this in the Subharti when there was a lecture. Nisha asked me to give a lecture, and I am going to give a new definition of the forest, because the forest, they have been lost, and we are not going to recultivate this forest. So the definition of the forest and jungles need to be changed. We should not designate only the large areas as the forest. We should make it mandatory that every residential and official building will have at least 15 to 20% of the area, and they will develop it as a small jungle, not the grass lawns. What we are doing, we are erecting the large buildings, vertical growth, and we are having the grassland horizontal. So this is the imbalance. Vertical growth and the biomass horizontal, and the microbes dead. So here is the problem, which need to be addressed and which need to be rightly addressed. Not like that everybody is saying that just put plants. Take care of the other part of the life on this biosphere. That is very important. Take away of this lecture today. What we are doing, it is not going to help. The business need to be changed. The industries need to be educated. They need to be controlled. The business as usual, it is going now, it will not work. We need healthy air, healthy soil, healthy water. And the only two things to be reduce vehicular pollution and industrial pollution. Everything will be restored. And I give you the exact example. During the corona period, what happened? Your vehicles were stopped, pollution was lost. You had a good air, you had a good water, you had a good everything. Biodiversity started developing. You were feeling happy. The animals were also feeling happy. So I propose that when this was made that the Sunday and Saturday are the holidays, Sunday and Saturday holidays, they are holidays to stay at home, not to disturb the nature, not to use the vehicles, not to use the industries. Give 2 days in the week to the nature to adjust, to purify itself. Otherwise, God knows. Thank you very much. I think I have finished my lecture within 20 minutes. Thank you. So now, Dr. Thapalial, would you like to come or Professor Mori? So, Professor Thapalial, Major General Dr. G.K. Thapalial, he is the Vice Chancellor of the Shobhit University. He is a health scientist, and because you know that our conference is environment, healthcare, food security and development. So his lecture, his words on the health science will be very useful and beneficial for us. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Thapalial.
Good afternoon, and again I start with Jai Hind. So, crowd is not very impressive anyway, but no, thank you very much, Professor Garg, for inviting me to this wonderful seminar, which is the international seminar on a very important subject and being conducted first